What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. I'm here with my good buddy Joe Yates. Joe, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. Hey, before we talk about the crazy opportunity that EXP has been for us as agents, I want to kind of dive in and get a quick background on kind of who you are and what you've done before the real estate business.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've been in Medford for a long time. Let's just say 50 years. Grew up here, went to school here. I was in the Marine Corps, so that was part of my history before this. I was in lending for a long time before I got into the real estate side of things. I was in subprime, so when the market crashed, you're welcome, that was me. I've just been around here for a long time, married, beautiful wife, and a beautiful golden doodle, and
love that.
4 kids and grandkids, so
wow.
Yeah, that's me, man.
Nice, love that. So, started off in lending, or subprime lending. How long total at this point have you been in the real estate space, including that?
Let's say 20 plus years.
20 plus years, wow.
Yeah.
How long is an agent now?
It's been, I guess we're going on 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've seen it all. You've seen a lot of ups and downs.
So it's actually, it's way 20 plus, yeah.
Love that,
Yeah.
love that. So give us a quick rundown on who did you start with in the real estate space? What brokerage were you with to start out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was at the Atlas Group.
Okay.
So that was an independent brokerage at that time. It was sweet. I mean, it was a great office, a bunch of rock stars, really competitive. It was a ton of fun. So
Yeah.
that's how I kind of broke in, and enjoyed the hell out of it right out of the gate.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming, it's from when we talked kind of in the past, made a couple switches way before getting to EXP, or?
Made a switch, yeah.
Okay, one switch before?
Yeah.
Who did you end up going to then?
I ended up at Remax.
Okay.
So yeah, I ended up at one of the local Remax offices, and super solid office. I mean, good office. Great owner, great managing broker.
Mm-hmm.
Good people to be around, solid company. Yeah, I had no problems. I liked it there. It was good.
Nice. So clearly, for you personally, something had to have happened to kind of spark the why the heck would you switch over to EXP, right? You liked where you're at before.
Mm-hmm.
You were at a couple different places, Remax being one of them. Obviously, everyone knows who that is. They do a great job, always have. But what was kind of the eye-opening moment for you to go, you know what, it's time to switch over?
I didn't know what I didn't know.
Mm.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Any real estate agent is sitting in the office they want to be in, right? There's nobody that wants to change offices and they're not allowed, right? I mean, It's like you can go work wherever you want to work. And so I was working in the office I wanted to work in. And like I said, I was happy. It always cracks me up when people say, I'm happy where I'm at. I was like, I was happy where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you don't know what you don't know. And I would have had a perfectly, decent career and everything else like that if I never made a change. However, I saw this model and the way it looked to me, and it was disturbing. It was frustrating. It was like, because all of a sudden I went, oh my God, I feel like I have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was totally blindsided because I did not think that was going to be the case. And then I watched the video, got some information, and halfway through I went, I'm going to make it a move. And I went in and told the principal broker at Remax the next day, and again, super good dude, but he knew, he understood why I was doing what I was doing. I'll put it like that.
Now, if I understand right, that was like 6 years ago, somewhere in there, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So let's kind of dive into that a little bit. You knew that there was a crazy opportunity, at least for you, or you felt like there was a crazy opportunity. How has the switch been for you since making the leap of faith here?
Yeah. Well, let's be clear. It wasn't a crazy opportunity for me. It's the same opportunity for everybody. So, I just saw the business model and went, wow, this looks kind of crazy. It's almost pie in the sky. It's like, is this real? Mm-hmm. But my exact words at that time were, what if I do it and it works?
Mm-hmm.
What if I do this thing and it works? And then I thought, what if I don't do it and it works? And I watch everybody else make this switch to this company and everything else like that. And, so I made the move, and, it took no time at all to went, this actually works. And then it continued to work. and now we're at a point where it's absolutely changed our lives. I mean, and that's not lip service. It's changed our lives. And so most people that have changed business cards in the real estate space don't say, it changed my life. They might say, I like the broker better, you know, whatever, but they don't say, it changed my life. And EXP has changed our life, period.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy because I do think it's important for any agent to obviously find the right fit for them, to actually help them produce, you know, to feel comfortable, to find a good culture. But at the end of the day, it's like so many, at least from my opinion, so many of these bigger brokerages, you know, you see kind of the model here, and you're like, I'm not sure that is maybe the best thing for me, you know. And it's like it's crazy when you kind of keep your mind open. We started Keller Williams, so I was on a team to start about 3 years ago. Started with Keller, awesome brokerage, has some great agents. There's some good culture there, but we kind of saw the same thing that you're talking about, where it's like after a certain point, you know, hey, let's make a jump here and see if we're right and bet on ourselves. So turned out good. I don't think I would ever switch again at this point, knowing what I know now. And yeah, so it's been kind of crazy. A little bit of a similar story there.
Well, it's like you get to a point where it's like, what's the next step?
Mm-hmm.
And so one way or another, either you get maxed out on volume, even if you have a team and everything else like that. It's just like there's a way to get bigger, or it's like, what's my exit strategy out of the business, or you know, the ability to have passive income in the business, or different things like that. So there's just some things that, again, even when you're somewhere where you're happy, like I was, and I still love those guys over there. I mean, it's, you know, just again, good dude, good people, just different deal, you know. And but you know, everybody's got their things they've got to look for when they're first getting in the business and everything else like that. I mean, there's things that you need to be, you know, they're important when an agent's getting in, or you've been an agent for a while, you're not having the success you want to have. There's certain things you need to be looking for.
Yeah, that's a good point too. And I'd say the one thing I was super fortunate with, especially when first getting into business, is I started on one of the best teams possible. I had a ton of good training and mentorship, and I had people that I could look up to and always go to when I didn't know something. So I agree with you. I think, you know, the fail rate in real estate is like 87% or something crazy high, and you can see why, because it's hard. You know, both know it's now been in a long time. It's like you deal with problems 24/7. Yeah. So I think having a community and a great you know, culture of other agents and other people that you can go to actually get help, it's like, that's a game changer, man. It's a game changer. So what are some things that you're excited about kind of moving forward into the future about the opportunity that we have right now with EXP?
Before I get to that, can I talk on the agents for a second?
Yeah, please.
The way you were just saying that, and these people coming in and the fail rate, it kills me. It kills me, because when you've been in the business like, you know, me for this amount of time, and you get to the age I'm at this amount of time, you know, hopefully you've gotten to a point where coaching, training, and mentoring is important to you. Hopefully it's not all about you anymore, and there's, you know, you really enjoy watching people grow and seeing things in them that they don't see in themselves, or if they do see them in themselves and they don't know how to bring them out, you know how to help them bring it out. And it's frustrating for me when people put in the time and energy, you know, the resources to get a license, go through the school, pass the test, you know, and then get out there and give it a go, and they have the excitement, and then watch them struggle and then fail out of the business. And it's a really unfortunate thing. You know, for me, you know, I tell people all the time, we get to a market, if you get into a market and all of a sudden it starts slowing down, and it's easy to think, all right, we're going to lose 30% of the agents right now, more money for me. You know, we're on the back side of this, so it's going to be better for me. That's 30% of the agents, that's families. Okay, that's not just 30% of the agents, that's 30% of the families that are going to be affected in this. Okay, that's somebody going home saying, honey, I can't make it work. Honey, or somebody saying, honey, are you sure you can make this work? Are you sure you shouldn't get another job? And so, you know, not to get on, you know, corny here and stuff like that, but I hate seeing that happen.
I'm with you.
You know, I mean, again, it's easy to sit there and look at the benefits of it, of a bunch of agents leaving the industry, but those are people that are leaving the industry. And I don't care what company they're at, I want them to have success, I want, to bless their families. It's like, dude, make it work. So, that's where you do get into the coaching, training, and mentoring. What kind of advice can I give you to help you through this thing and stuff like that. So as far as, I guess, dovetailing around, some of the things I am excited about as far as moving forward with EXP is we're doing more in-person collaboration. So, when I first came to the company, the things that were exciting about it were, the business model, you just make significantly more money. I mean, I do the exact same amount of deals and I make a crap ton more money. Okay, so if you're doing the same amount of deals and you're making 6 figures more money, that's a better model.
100%.
All right?
That puts an agent first.
So there's that. But the collaboration was something I did not realize was going to be there. I had no clue that the community and the collaboration was going to be there. That was the part that totally surprised me. That's the exciting part. And that actually feeds into everything else that then helps generate, the success for the agents and the revenue for the agents, etc. So moving forward, as we're doing things that are going to be more, a little bit more in person. So those of us that are already been having good community and stuff like that, now we're going to be able to actually shake hands like you and I have been able to break bread a lot lately and stuff like that. And it's fun to be able to get together. So we're going to be doing a heck of a lot more of that. And with that, there will be more in-person coaching, training, and mentoring, in addition to all the stuff that we do on a regular basis on Zoom calls, etc.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, that's one thing I'm definitely looking forward to, because I'd say it's super important. We've already touched on it some, but when you have people that you can go to who have been in maybe a crazy situation or dealt with a problem that maybe you haven't yet as an agent, it's pretty cool to be able to say, hey Joe, I'm dealing with this crazy thing going on right now. Have you dealt with this? And then if you have, it's like I can kind of glean experience from you and stuff too. So I think that the in-person meetups, it's going to create obviously a better culture, a stronger culture, and then add to everything else that we've already been enjoying here. So I think I know me personally, I'm super excited about kind of what's to come.
Yeah, no, it's cool, and I love watching the new rockstar agents like yourself come in. So it's just like there's there's going to be a changing of the guard on things, and it's fun seeing all the young, really good agents that are out there and going, all right, these guys are good, so stay on our toes.
100%. Yeah, obviously there's some pretty crazy exciting things. I'm looking forward to kind of what's to come here, especially locally in Southern Oregon. Switching gears a little bit, one of the other reasons why I definitely wanted to kind of sit down and talk with you and I'm excited about is, as a fellow believer kind of in God and stuff, you're a believer as well too, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome. What would you say, I guess first, what would you say kind of led you to Christ? And then also, how has Christ kind of impacted your business?
Wow.
Loaded question.
Yeah. Well, I've had Bibles since I was a kid and stuff like that, but my family didn't really go to church or anything else like that. I always believed, but I wasn't really plugged in or anything else like that. And then later on, as I was an adult, I was kind of like, I'm a good person. But my kids, they lived in Portland and they were like, trying to encourage me all the time, Dad, you need to, know Jesus. And I'm like, I do, he's cool. And, but I still wasn't there, right?
Yeah.
And then even when I started going to church a little bit, I still consider myself kind of like a second-rate, Christian and that. And then it was really when my wife, she just went all in. She went all in. She believed since she was a little girl, and she just went all in. And when she went all in, I had to grab.
You had no choice.
I had to grab it. Yeah, and kind of like, and then she went to ministry school for 3 years. So I drove back and forth to Reading every single day for 3 years so she could go to ministry school. And I was getting all in. And it was even still after that my relationship continued to build.
Yeah.
And I'm actually at a better place now than I've ever been in my entire life. So
That's
as
awesome.
far as my relationship with Christ, and I can't even imagine not having that. And then as far as how it affects my business, That's the first thing I do in the morning now. I mean,
Nice.
my morning routine is, I get the coffee going.
Oh yeah.
And then I go in, I sit down, I get my Bible. If when my golden doodle's in town, she's, sitting next to me, and I'm going through and I'm highlighting, and I'm trying to get my mind right, and I'm trying to, just be present and just take it in, and then take it in, and then take it out, and
100%.
hopefully I bring it with me. And my board with all my transactions, say God is good at the beginning of it. I got seek ye the kingdom first. I try to keep my mind right all the time. I am a failed man, all right? I'm not, that's the thing about being a Christian. That doesn't mean you're perfect. I didn't say I am Jesus. I said I love Jesus. I got a lot of things I need to do better at, but I'm certainly trying. And in 2008, when the market crashed completely, that guy was, that's what carried me. I always, and I wasn't even fully looking back on 2008. I'm like, how did I even continue to keep myself the way I did? And it's like that poem, Footprints, the footprints in the sand, where you're like going, where were you? So it's like, where were you in 2008? It's like it was then I carried you, because it finally all made sense how I was able to get through 2008. I said that wasn't me. I was definitely being carried. So anyway.
That's so cool to hear. It's funny too, because my morning routine is very similar. Starts with coffee, starts with the word, and I think it's so important because, we're in a world right now where everything's crazy. We all care about our families, we all care about our jobs, we all care about everything else going on around us, but, it seems like it's very hard to walk, in faith and to walk closer to God. And I think it takes having other people in our circle and other people around us that, care about the same things. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, we're here to bless His kingdom. So, it's super cool, obviously that you're a believer and that we've gotten connected through everything. And man, I'm excited for what the future holds for both of us and for everyone else that wants to be a part of it.
Me too, man. Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.